I mean, what's wrong with it? Hey, this is it's technically a ball. It is actually.
It's technically a ball.
No, it is 100% a ball. It's also
It's just
lots
a very
of balls.
engineer answer.
It is, yes, it is. But again, they're very useful. These things are very, very useful. They're used in a lot of different things, and they help move humanity forward or something.
Or something. All right.
Troy, do you have anything?
I'm dying. I have nothing to add.
I don't have anything to add either.
Fourscore and 3 years ago, Construction South Dakota finished on Mount Rushmore depicting the 4 former U.S. presidents, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abe Lincoln. Today, we create our own Mount Rushmore on the topic balls. So the big question is, what's your Rushmore? I'm your host, Troy, aka TAC1421, and joining me today are some awesome folks. We have Aidan, aka Amp1520. How's it going, Aidan?
Going good, just working, getting ready for a move. So yeah.
Yeah. Besides your Eagles just losing in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I was gonna not mention that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I accepted it a while ago.
We also have Dan, aka Dan Baldor.
Ha ha ha.
His Bills won today. We're recording on... It is currently January 16th for me. We're recording at 1 o'clock again, like we did last time.
How are you doing, Troy?
I'm tired, okay? I am exhausted. I had a very busy weekend where I had to work. On Saturday, I worked 3 o'clock until midnight. And then Sunday, I worked 8 in the morning until 4 p.m. So that was fun. Dan, how was Snuffling Show at the Bill Stadium?
Flying all the way out to the Bill Stadium just to shovel for $20 an hour and free food.
That's a true fan right there.
Yeah. Hey, it worked. That's field looks spotless.
Yeah, I totally did that.
They did actually a really good job.
I'm surprised that they cleared the field so well.
Yeah.
Granted, from where they were the other day, but it was really funny that they just said, "Yeah, if you have a ticket, just go sit wherever you want."
That's funny. The broadcast did say that you couldn't see the snow on the cameras, so maybe there was snow there. Couldn't really tell, but
it was just around the edges. Really, they did a really good job of clearing off the field. So,
is it snowing in Cincinnati?
I don't know because I'm not in Cincinnati. I'm in Columbus.
Well, it's snowing in the area around you.
It was snowing pretty bad. Well, it was just it's been really cold. It was snowing on... All the days are kind of a blur. It was snowing one of the days. I forget which day that was, but that was cool. I bought... For Christmas, my parents got me an REI gift card, and I was able to buy a very nice jacket that I really like. So I've been enjoying wearing that. I got some cool gloves that are kind of like lightweight, keep my hands warm. So yeah, it's been good. My car keeps on the tires keep on losing air because it's so cold. So I have to go twice a week to go put air in my tires. Should probably get new tires. Yeah,
that just sounds like you need new tires.
I should probably get new tires. But I check them before I drive. Just get a good look at them and make sure they're full of air. Today though, one was not doing so well. So I'm like, all right, to the gas station before I go anywhere else. Yeah. So that's been fun. Yeah, so I guess since it is 1:30 in the morning, we should probably get right into some ball talk. The
Yep.
topic today is balls, and we're going to have a grand old time talking about balls. So, if you've never listened to an episode of What's Your Rushmore, what are you doing? Go ahead, check out the archive of amazing content. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Podbean, and some of the episodes are going on my YouTube channel at TAC1421 Games. So go check out the amazing content. We're on episode. This is episode 44, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. So yeah, this is episode 44, and we're talking about balls. So every episode might not necessarily be for you, topic wise, and just go ahead and go down the list and find an episode that you may enjoy, and start with that one, and then maybe come back here for some ball talk. Essentially, what we do though on What's Your Rushmore is we're going to make our own Rushmore. Mount Rushmore's in South Dakota, has the 4 presidents on there, and in these episodes we create our own Rushmore on particular topics, such as last episode we did 2023 movies and TV shows. So that was fun. I believe the Emmys were tonight, right? Maybe.
Yep.
So I
Those
don't
apparently happened.
know. I'm not sure who won what. Aidan, you probably know more about that, right? I mean, you're in that in the industry more than I am.
I didn't even look at them, so I'll have to look
All
at
right.
the winners. But
Okay.
Yeah.
End of discussion. Dan, do you have any episode you want to shout out?
I mean, I'm always gonna. Well, actually, since it's football season, go listen to our favorite football team logos.
Pretty sure
episode.
you shouted that one out last time. That's okay.
Well,
It was a good
hey,
episode.
tis
Besides
the
your
season to watch some pigskin.
Browns pick and Jets pick, but that's besides the point. Okay. Well, also order matters. Man, this intro, I'm not as precise as I normally am. We need to stop doing these 1 o'clock recordings. We can blame Aidan for that.
Nah,
But
this just sounds like gold.
it's gold. Sure.
This is pure gold right here.
Pure, authentic gold. Order matters in this episode, this podcast that we do, because once you take something, no one else can take it. It's yours. No one else can take your picks. So, in order to decide the order of the draft, I got a awesome question for you guys, and
Okay.
if you pay attention to our group chat at all, you probably know the answer to this, or maybe you forgot. So, one of the days at work this past week, I forget which one it was, I noticed a South Dakota quarter in the tip jar. I'm like, oh, cool, the Mount Rushmore's on there. Like, that's pretty awesome. I took a picture of it. I sent it to you guys. I'm like, look at this. This is cool.
You did.
So I want to know if you guys know what year South Dakota was Mount Rushmore was put on the quarter. So you got 4
Ooh.
options. We're gonna let Aidan go first,
Cool.
and his options are A 1999, B 2006, C 2011, or D 2014. Fresh new quarter 2014, minted right out of the new year.
You mean 2020, 2024, not 2014?
Yes, 2024.
There we go.
So you got
So my
1999,
Wake up,
1999,
Troy.
2006, 2011, 2024.
Okay.
Wake up, Troy. You got to go back to college.
Triggered.
A little bit.
So I think my guess is gonna be in the earlier years because it was like at the time everyone was collecting the quarters. So I'm either gonna go with 1999 or 2006, and you know what? I think I'm gonna go 1999. Final answer.
Ooh, incorrect.
Ooh, okay.
Oh man.
Dan, you have three options. I will
Yes.
give the hint that North Dakota was the same year as South Dakota.
I am going to go with. So I kind of remember this because I was one of those weird kids that collected the state quarters.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go with 2006 because I do remember there being a Rushmore coin, and I was roughly a child when it came out. I was not in my teens.
You're still a child, Dan.
I do play a children's card game, yes. But
Same.
does that truly make me a child?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good to know.
2006 is correct.
Ooh, I was so close. Dang.
Dan, you get to pick the order of today's Rushmore. What will that order be?
Oh man. Well, I know how much you guys hate it when I go third.
So you're going to go third?
So I'm definitely going to go third.
All right.
So I can have my back-to-back picks. I'm going to have Troy go first, then Aidan go second.
Oh, okay.
All right. And we'll get to that first round and more shenanigans right after this break.
How do pen tennis balls compare with our nearest competitor? We'll drop 3 pen tennis balls from the top of a 40-story building. You can see that even from 40 stories, each pen tennis ball bounces to the same height every time. Now we try the same test with our competitor. Pen tennis balls. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
All right, let's get into some ball talk.
Ball talk. The boys back at it again with the ball talk.
Boys are back on balls.
That's just going to be
And
we're back.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, Troy's definitely keeping that one in.
Yeah, that's
No.
we got it. So I have the first pick. I haven't had the first pick in a while. I can't remember the last time I had the first pick.
Yeah, we normally shove you in the middle.
Yeah,
So
Tack in the
That is
middle.
true.
It's a cool show. I'm gonna go ahead and pick something near and dear to my heart. Something that is definitely not on Aiden's list, but possibly on Dan's. And that
I know what
is
it is.
Pokeballs. I'm
No.
gonna take Pokeballs as my first pick.
Good choice.
Yeah. I like
Just off
Pokemon.
list.
Pokemon, get caught in Pokeballs. And, yeah, I play a lot of Pokemon Go, so I'm spinning them Pokeballs. I watch Pokemon. Got the Pokeballs. I don't know what else to say about Pokeballs. Dan, was this on your list?
It was on my list.
Fair.
But it was like on my list of like 12 things I can pick off of. So
Sure.
But yes, it was on my list. I think it was going to be somewhere in the middle. But oh well, you took it.
Yeah.
How dare.
If I had to pick my favorite Pokeball,
Yeah, which one's your
it's-
favorite?
it's tough because I like the original. The original is just kind of like solid, right? It's an icon in its own self. But I like the Premier Ball. I always like the kind of the gimmick whenever you buy 10 from the store of any kind of Pokeball, they give you a Premier Ball for free.
I do like that gimmick. I find it a lot of fun.
It's a cool. It's a cool. Just it's like pure white with, is it red in the middle, red in the center,
Yep.
or something like that. I
Yeah,
just think I just think it looks cool.
Yeah, the middle part's red. It's a really cool ball. Even though it's literally the same exact thing as a Pokeball, and it costs 10 times as much.
Yeah, but it's cool.
But it's free.
It's free. I like Dusk's balls as well when playing the game. I think playing the video game, because the animation that the Pokemon come out of the dust balls kind of cool. It's like a ghost, like dark kind of vibe. It's like purple.
Do you remember the throwback Dark Ball and Light Ball from like
Kind
Gen
of?
2? Because it was only a thing for the movie, the second movie.
Oh, I do not remember this.
But like they also played it up in the trading card game with like light and dark Pokemon.
Yeah.
If you remember that, but yeah,
I remember those cards.
Dark balls were so cool.
Yeah. Master Ball is obviously like awesome in its own right. Most games only have one, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you get more. But I just like the concept of you throw it, it automatically catches it, and you don't have to worry about it. As a kid, I usually wasted it on like the box legendary, which I probably shouldn't have done. And like
what are you doing?
Gen 2, I usually would try to like the first legendary dog that I would find. I'd usually try to use the Master Ball on that because those were a pain to catch.
Don't even get me started.
The other cool one is Cherish Ball because that's like an event Pokeball. And
Oh yeah,
it's
you're
like,
right. That
it's like the opposite of a Cherish Ball. I mean a Premier Ball. Because it's all red, pretty much. Yeah. So you got your Pokeball, then you got your Premier Ball, which is all white with some red, and then Cherish Ball is like all red with some white. So, yeah.
man
My
really likes his
favorite's
balls.
definitely the Mega Ball. That one. Yeah.
I prefer the Hyper Ball. Thank you.
I would catch you with a friend ball,
Aw.
and Dan with a
Aw.
love ball.
Oh.
Yeah. So Pokeball, that's my first pick. And
Oh.
I'm going to have on my Rushmore. Oh. Do I want to have like a Pokemon associated with it or just the ball itself? I think I'm going to go really simple on this Rushmore and purely just have the ball itself. And I'm gonna go with the regular Pokeball. I think that's like the most iconic, and for me, that's what I want to do. So it's gonna be in the number one slot, George Washington space on my Rushmore. That's my first pick.
Nice.
I like
Aidan, time for your first pick.
Well, my first pick is going. I think there's like one ball that I really wanted to like have on my Rushmore because I feel like it's the best ball. I feel like it has so many different uses. Like people use it for so many different things, and that's the tennis ball.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I don't play tennis, but I do have a dog, so I have some tennis balls. I know like old people use tennis balls on their walkers when they're walking. You kind of just end up having tennis balls a lot through random stuff, and on top of that, it's kind of just you can play things with it. Like I know when I was a kid, I used to play like handball against the wall with my friends with a tennis ball because it's just like someone can just bring a tennis ball and you can play during recess with a tennis ball. And there's a lot of different games you can do with the tennis ball. So yeah, I think it's just the most versatile. And even though I don't play tennis, I wanted to have it on my Rushmore. So yeah, that's my number one pick.
enough.
that is a great
Fair
pick.
enough. Good
Great
pick.
Yeah. This was going to be my first honorable mention.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Another thing you can do with
And-
tennis balls is, and you see this a lot, people do this a lot that have garages, is they put the little string with the tennis ball at the very end. So you can tell
Yeah.
like where exactly, how far you can go to park your car.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So that's I've never actually done that myself in any of the garage because I've never actually had. No, that's not true. I did have a garage in one of my apartments.
You did a park. I witnessed you park in your garage.
Yes,
in that
yes.
apartment.
That was my own.
so-
That's the only garage I've ever had, and I didn't do it. So I You know, could have done it. Could have been somebody.
Could have been
a
cool.
contender.
You
but,
could have been
know,
a contender.
Yeah.
Could have used the tennis ball for not tennis purposes.
Yes, I could have. Aidan, do you have a favorite brand of tennis balls?
Not really, because I usually the tennis balls I own are the ones that are like don't really have a brand because they're from the dog store,
Got it.
and my dog is smaller, so we get like the smaller ones that aren't even like the
Regulation
full-size ones.
size.
Yeah,
Not
but,
full of nitrogen.
yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't say I have a
Sure.
preferred tennis ball.
As someone that played tennis, I always preferred the Wilson tennis balls.
Wilson.
That makes sense.
But Penn is a very popular brand. And those are like the two popular ones.
Yeah,
But
and then Franklin, right? Isn't that one?
that is a brand. I never use them too much. You really
That
you
might be a
mainly
dog
see
brand.
that's possible. You mainly see the pen in stores. Like that's one of the most popular and like cheap but good. And then Wilson's kind of like, in my opinion, just higher quality.
Got you.
But it's hard to tell the difference. But it is really nice, like fresh out of the can, to get like a new one of those.
Yeah.
It just feels
goes-
good. Feels right.
There goes our sponsorship opportunities right there.
Yes, there you go. Penn,
Well, I
Penn
think
or
I'll
Wilson,
probably-
if you want to sponsor this episode, you know.
Yeah, if you want to sway our opinion on tennis balls.
Yeah.
Well, in order to cancel the sponsorship, I'm going with Franklin. Franklin is going on my Rushmore.
Wow.
And it's going to be the bright yellow ones that are like, I don't know. I think that's one that I've had for my previous dog. And the one that I kind of use, I think it's like pink and like purple. It could be Franklin though too.
For
I have
sure.
to check during the break.
Has anyone ever felt like it was weird that all the tennis ball cans come with 3 tennis balls?
Yeah, or
Like-
6,
What?
right?
They're always 3.
Oh, it's always 3?
Yeah.
I thought, oh yeah, you're right.
A can of tennis balls is
Yeah.
always 3. At least
Yeah.
for the major brands.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like, you know,
They
kind of
also
weird.
smell cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the nitrogen
When I was a
for
kid, I would open it and just like,
you. Sniff the nitrogen.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
No
wh-
wonder
when
my
I
memory is so bad now.
when I played tennis in high school, my doubles partner, which Aidan knows very well, Michael and I would always try to like bounce the ball over the fence on like a smash. So like for a point. So like it hits the ground inbounds first and then goes over the fence. We'd always try to do that. It always felt very satisfying when that was like when you're able to do that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was a pain because like every team would usually only get like one fresh can of balls to use. And if you knocked 2 of them over the fence and wasn't able to retrieve them, like you're kind of just left with one,
Yeah.
which is a pain on like if you fault, because for anyone that doesn't know tennis, like you get 2 serves basically. So yeah, good times.
Sounds like very good times.
Aidan, what are you doing with your Rushmore there, buddy?
Well, I'm gonna have a Franklin ball in the 1 slot on my Rushmore, and I'll have a tennis court that you can go and play on the Rushmore.
Ooh.
Again with the
The interactive.
interactive features on the Rushmore. I like it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, I guess we can delve into Dan's back-to-back picks.
Yeah. It's gonna be a
Yes.
challenge, but I think we can do it.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to survive, endure. No, so I think right now my picks have a theme. So my
Ooh,
back-to-back
okay.
picks will both have
Is your,
themes.
is your theme a balls by chance?
The
They
left-
both involve balls, but because that is our theme of the episode. But my theme for this, I'll just give you the first one, and then you guys can guess the theme after. So I will take, to begin with, probably one of our favorite balls between the three of us,
Okay.
and that would
I think
be,
I got it.
that would be a football.
Nice.
So, yep, I'm taking football. It's a sport that I really like watching. I've made a lot of friends because I have talked about football and I like watching it, and I get to talk to you guys about football. I get to watch it every week during my favorite season, which is fall.
Is this
Like,
American or what? This is the American football that you're talking about?
This is an American football, the
Gotcha.
pigskin.
Just wanted to clarify.
Yes, understandable. I respect it, but yes, I'm talking about the American football.
Cool.
That's it. Nothing else.
That's all you have to say.
No other research.
Dan,
This
this
is all
might
my honorable
be
mentions too.
this might be your best first pick of all time.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Just want to
Well,
put
that's a
that
good
out
first
there.
pick.
It's a great
Great
first pick. First pick worthy.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
good
I
pick.
I wanted to take
It's-
it because I figured that you guys, if it was left up for too long, one of you guys would have snatched it, and I wouldn't have been able to get it. So
It was
I'm
not on. It was not on my Rushmore. I just figured that. I didn't even put it on my honorable mentions. I'm like, either Aidan or Dan is going to take this. So
I put it on my
it's
honorable
okay.
mentions, and the reason I didn't have it higher was just because it's like only got one use, and that's to play football.
That's fair.
But
Interesting.
I do think it's an interesting, like, it's a unique ball, so that's why I put it on my honorable mention, because it's like
Ooh.
it's one of the only big balls that you can actually throw. Like
Mhm.
it's I don't know. I think it's interesting. I mean, obviously you can throw all the balls, but like the
Yeah,
furthest,
it's-
actually, like with the spiral and stuff.
To talk about other picks, if I'm allowed to.
You're
No.
not.
No, darn.
No.
Well,
We cut that off right away. We're like, nope, don't do it. I
No more
forgot to
picks?
mention with my Pokeball pick that I have a
we're
phone.
backtracking now?
Yes, I'm backtracking because I saw it at the corner of my eye because it's in my apartment. I have a phone charger that is a Pokeball. So just I forgot to mention that. So that's another use that a Pokeball has besides catching Pokemon. It can charge my phone.
Ah,
Well, good for you.
Can your football charge your phone?
I don't know.
Didn't
Do
think
you have a football phone? I didn't think so. Did you guys know they used to make football phones? Like
I'm
landline
not
phones?
surprised. I think they still do.
Oh, I
I
wouldn't
think
doubt it.
You can get them on Amazon.
Would not doubt that. But yeah, that's my first pick. So
Nice.
Which out of the presidents you had out of the Rushmore presidents you think had the best spiral?
I feel like out of any one of the presidents that lived anywhere near the era of when American football was even conceived, that's probably Teddy Roosevelt.
I would say Teddy, but
I think Teddy, he seems
Hey.
like he's definitely the outdoorsy type, but I don't know. I feel like or
was
old
gonna say-
Georgie,
Oh, you think?
old Georgie could probably toss the pigskin. I don't know. I feel like the early founding fathers were all like lawyers, so they're all like
Yeah.
they might have
Well,
played like
Lincoln
rugby.
used to chop wood, so
yeah,
that's why I was thinking Lincoln. But
Ooh, fair.
he would have to learn it. Like you have to give him a couple months probably
Give
to
him
pick it up.
Fair enough.
I have a a fake $1 bill. They used to sell those at like antique shops or whatever. But I have like this fake $1 bill of Brett Favre. So I don't know why I brought that
funny.
up, but yeah, I was just thinking like presidents and how
Presidents
like
and
Washington's
football.
on the one
Yeah.
and Lincoln's on the 5. So Got Brett Favre on the $1 bill as well.
Oh man.
Awesome. Well, I guess. Do you know what you're doing with your Rushmore?
I don't know yet, so
Okay.
I'm gonna hold
So I
this
guess
one
just
off.
go into your second pick and.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my second pick, which is drum roll, please. Oh, actually, do you want to try to guess the theme of what I'm going for?
I don't want. Is it sports?
It's sports. It is sports.
Oh, cool.
Oh, surprise!
Wow! Oh my
Surprise.
god! And I'm gonna pick, I think my personal favorite ball, which is the golf ball.
Yay! There it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
there it is.
I think Troy probably would have guessed that. Because Troy knows me. Troy knows me.
For a thing of golf balls, does it also come in 3? I was going to bring that up when we were talking about tennis balls, but
Depends on the brand. Some will put, so you'll typically get anywhere between 12 to 16 in a case. So in a box, when you buy a box from the store, you'll either get 12 to 16.
So some have like 4.
Yeah, some have 4 to a sleeve. Most have 3 to a sleeve, but you get 3 sleeves or 4 sleeves.
I'll let you talk about golf balls, and then I have some stuff to add.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't have much.
I am an avid golfer. I've been golfing since I was 5 or younger. I grew up golfing every summer. My grandparents would take me golfing. I did golf camp as a kid. I absolutely love golfing. I did it in middle school and high school. I took golf class multiple times at RIT because it was a very easy gym credit for me, and I got to hit a golf ball. So it's just easy times. And yeah, overall, just I love the sport. It's such a fun sport. It's as a kid, I really enjoyed it because it just of the things that it teaches you as to grow up. Just like those responsibility skills of just like of trustworthiness and sportsmanship and being able to leave a place better than where it was when you got there. Just those ideas really stuck with me as a kid, and golf helped me learn them. And now as an adult, I just go golfing and I drink with my friends, and it's an amazing time. So
definitely.
So yeah, golf.
There's also miniature golf.
There is
Can't forget
miniature
about
golf.
miniature
Ooh,
golf.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Best date idea ever. Anyone?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
Is the best.
It's because you get to talk, you wait and talk. It's perfect for.
It's interesting. There's been this craze recently of like brewery, not necessarily brewery, but like bar putting miniature golf places that have been just popping up. Like crazy. It's like warehouses. They'll just be like random warehouses that are able to just kind of put a mini golf and get like a liquor license of some kind, whether it's just beer or they can also do liquor, but they've been like popping up like crazy. So I haven't been to one, but I would like to go because
we need to go.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to do. I haven't been mini golfing in quite some time. I remember
we used to play horse, right? When we were
that was fun.
Like trick shots
on
the mini golf course.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
That's a great way to get the most out of your money at a miniature golf place is to if you like, you can like play through all the entire course, or you can play through like half the course and then play some like pig or horse. As long as it's not crowded and you're not like holding anyone up. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was always fun when we did that. Some of the resorts in Florida that I've been to, like hotels, have had their own like mini, not like this, like the crazy like clown nose and windmill type things that miniature golf places have, but just like an actual mini golf, small little course, like 9-hole golf, and also some. There's this one place in California. It was a car wash that had like just like one hole, basically like one golf hole, and then just had a couple golf balls and like some putters as you're waiting for your car to get cleaned. Which I think is pretty brilliant idea. So
Yeah, work on your putting, get your car cleaned.
the last thing
That's
I
kinda
want to
fun.
talk about with golf balls is how cool it is to collect them. I think it's really neat how different businesses or resorts or brands will put their logos onto golf balls, and like whether it's like I'm not just talking about like Nike, but like I don't know, like different hotels will put there, and like they'll sell it in the shop, their like shop or something, or like Dave and Buster's will have their own golf ball logo that you can buy in the shop there. And I used to try to collect them until it just took up too much space, and like it was just kind of like, where am I going to put these besides just like in a box somewhere? I still have some of the really cool ones that I got over the years, but I kind of stopped like seeking them out and trying to collect them.
I mean, there are some really cool shelves you can get to store golf balls.
Yeah.
But honestly, they're like collectible golf balls. I like there are some where they'd be neat to keep. Like if I had a golf ball signed by Tiger Woods, that thing would be my prized possession and be on my wall. And
What about a golf ball signed by Josh Allen?
that'd probably go on my Josh Allen shrine.
Fair.
Yeah.
Aiden, you have anything to add about golf balls?
I guess just I used to golf when I was a kid, and I was like decent. My dad and I like entered like a father-son tournament, and he wasn't like great for. I guess most of the dads were like avid golfers, so he was like just an average guy. So we like would combine our scores essentially, and we did so bad in the tournament. We got last place, and we got a trophy for last
Yeah.
place.
Awesome.
We got highest score. Yeah, pretty funny.
That means you won. You got the highest score.
You did win.
Yep,
You won.
exactly. That's what my dad always says.
Cool. That's cool. All
Do you
right.
guys have a favorite brand of golf ball?
I don't know it enough to
Yeah, I don't-
really. I do not.
Yeah, I don't. I did when I was a kid, but I don't remember.
We didn't bring up Top Golf. Top Golf
Yeah,
is
we did
fun.
not bring up Top Golf.
Yeah.
You can
Topgolf is
see
great.
from my apartment, looking out the window, you can see the netting of a Top Golf place that's like half a mile away from my apartment. I've not been yet.
We're just dialing in. How much can Troy dox himself on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally. So, writing it down. All right. Top golf.
Very
Columbia.
close.
Okay.
We're narrowing it in. We'll
Yep,
find him one day.
You will.
All right. What you doing with your Rushmore, Dan?
Right now, I'll have to sit on it. I'm gonna brew. This one's gonna
Are
brew.
you gonna have a
Brew?
Top
Okay.
Golf on your Rushmore?
I don't know yet.
Okay, fine.
I gotta trust the process.
Which Rushmore president can you think would hit a golf ball the furthest?
Again, I think it's
Abe
Teddy
Lincoln?
Roosevelt, but yeah, I feel like Honest Abe,
probably.
Honest
putting-
Abe embodies a lot of
Yeah.
what golf.
Yeah, just the strength. His strength is probably the highest. But I
I'm
don't
putting
know.
my money on.
I don't know.
Honest
That
Abe.
man slays vampires.
Yeah.
so
Same.
Yeah, those two things correlate really well too.
killing vampires and hitting a golf ball.
Yes.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Also, I swinging an axe. You know, you got to have a lot of leverage, kind of swinging motion with a club. You know, so
Fair enough.
Definitely.
You got me there.
All right. I guess am I going next? Is that correct?
Yes,
Yep.
you are.
All right. Well, I have the second pick, but I don't think Troy is gonna pick it, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna pick this. So, I'm gonna go to my third pick, and I'm gonna take a ping pong ball.
Ooh, I do not
And
have that.
Ooh,
That's a
good
good pick.
use.
okay. Yeah, and for me, I love ping pong. That's my favorite thing, sport you can just do in your free time. Like if you have people, like we have a ping pong table at my work, and I'll occasionally play, and it's a lot of fun. I've gotten really good at it from college because in college I got really good at it. I don't know why, but I guess I just got really good. So, um, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And on top of that, you can also use ping pong balls for drinking games. It's very popular for drinking games, obviously. Um, yeah, that's kind of the main things. I know cats play with ping pong balls a lot too. Um, but again, it's kind of like a multi-use ball that is. It's just fun to play and do games with. And there's a lot of different games you can do. So, yeah. Any thoughts?
Good pick. I
We
like
should play
ping
ping
pong.
pong.
Ping pong's
Dude,
fun.
Yeah.
I love playing ping pong. Such a fun
Ping
game.
pong's a ping pong ball is one of those where you can really tell the the quality of a ping pong ball like instantly,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
it really matters too.
I mean,
Like if
ball
you
and
go to
paddle, really.
like a 7-Eleven and buy like like ping pong balls, it's always like the worst quality.
Yeah, they're gonna burst open us after like 2 games or something.
Yeah,
You just look at it
it's
funny, and it's already
it's one of
dented.
those things where it is worth the extra $5 or something. Usually not that much for like a good pack of ping pong balls. So
Yeah, definitely.
usually go to like a Target or sometimes Walmart, but or like a sports store of some kind. We'll have like a good set of them.
Yeah.
If they're colored, it's usually not a good quality.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a
that's
blue
very
or
true.
pink or something, it's usually not the best quality. You just want those like the white ping pong ball.
Yeah.
Actually, there are some of them. The orange ones are okay too. I will say that. Like it's like a light orange. I don't know how to describe it.
Oh yeah, I know what
You know
you're
what I'm
talking
talking
about.
about?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like
those are good.
those ones are fine too.
Yeah, I think they use them in like pros sometimes
Maybe.
too. I don't know, but yeah.
I remember my friend David and I used to go to there's this place in California that you could like rent a space. Like there was just like a ton of ping pong tables, and the balls were just like scattered on the ground and stuff. They would give you like a bucket or something. I forget exactly how it worked. And you could either bring your own paddle, they had some for rental, and you just like would pay to be there for like on half-hour increments. And it was like they had like training there, which was really interesting. Like you can essentially get like a training lesson, and
Oh, cool.
they had this you know in tennis how you have the automatic ball feeder thing.
Yeah.
Well, they had one of those for ping pong, which I thought was crazy, where it would shoot one out from like to one corner, and then it would do the opposite corner and just go back and forth. So like you can like work on your backhand and your forehand.
That is so funny.
It was pretty intense. The person that I saw doing it was very good at ping pong. And they were just like smashing, just doing these smashes in rhythm over and over again. It was intense. Yeah, good pick, Dan. You have anything to add?
Those Aiden's. But yeah, no, honestly, I love ping pong. Troy, the place you were talking about, I've been to so many times,
Oh,
and I love
really?
it. I love that place. Like before COVID, me and my friends used to go there all the time.
That's funny.
All right,
um,
Aiden, what are you doing with the Rushmore?
all right, I guess I'm going to put a ping pong ball and my Rushmore. I don't know what brand yet, so I'll think about that. But below it, I'm gonna have a warehouse where you can play ping pong in the warehouse. So a totally original idea. Didn't take that idea from
No,
anyone
definitely
else's
not.
experiences.
You need to
Um,
have in between the two Rushmores, there needs to be like a pro shop where you can buy like rackets or
ooh,
paddles.
yeah, that's a good point. All right, that's a great idea. I'm definitely doing that. And also in the warehouse, it's going to be a lot of ping pong tables, obviously, but then also some just normal tables where you can play other games with ping pong balls. So yeah.
This
It'll
sounds like a
also be a
very
brewery.
fun.
It'll also be a
this
brewery.
this sounds like a very fun like just amusement park like mountain to go to.
It does. I'm gonna keep this theme going for sure.
Yeah.
Once hopefully I get my last two picks, because then it's really gonna come together.
Cool.
So we'll see. All
Well,
right.
time for my second pick.
Yeah.
And I would be doing myself a disservice if I did not pick this.
Oh.
This is the sport that I have played the most in my life, and that is basketball.
Yep.
I needed to pick this. Yeah. I have essentially five things on my list, and I was like, do I cut the basketball? I'm like, no, Troy, you can't cut the basketball. You've played so much basketball in your life. So I need to pick the basketball. Yeah. That's it. That's my
I
pick.
think this was very, very clearly going to be one of your picks, and I'm glad you got it because I think it makes so much sense.
Yeah. Just growing up, I tried a lot of different sports. I played baseball. I guess I shouldn't name all the sports that I played.
Pick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I played.
Spoilers.
I played. Played beat. But essentially, I would just continue. I kept. Basketball was the most fun to me. So around like fifth or sixth grade, I'm like, okay, I'm not playing those other sports anymore. I'm going to focus on basketball. And I can't really picture what my early childhood would have been like without it. Because I was just so, it was my number one sport for so many years, and I just enjoyed it so much. So, and I actually played a little basketball last week. So I haven't been playing it too much in the last 5-6 years, but one of my friends at work asked me to join the team, like an intramural team, and it's been fun playing again. My my ball handling skills have yes, laugh, ha ha ha, so funny. He said ball handling skills, yeah,
Ha
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 ha.
ha. Have definitely diminished. I used to be very good, like a good point guard, like good at bringing the ball up and good at dribbling in and out of traffic and finding the open man or making myself open for a shot. It's not really the case anymore. It's one of those. It's not like riding a bike. It doesn't just come back all of a sudden. Shooting, on the other hand, I still feel like I have that touch, that rhythm. It's just a matter of finding that rhythm again. But it feels good to shoot a basketball again. So that's basketball. That's my pick. You guys have anything to add?
No, not too much. I Yeah. What do you have, Dan?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm surprised we haven't played. Because like I played in high school. I wasn't good, but I played. I was just tall in middle
Yeah.
school and high school.
Mm.
So like I was just the tallest kid up until my junior year. So I just played basketball because I was the tallest and I could just take ball. Oh cool, I'm open because I'm the tallest. Whoop, right in. Cool. Go me. And then in high school, once I hit varsity, I never played because the varsity kids were way better than me. But
Yeah,
but yeah.
I think we've never played just because since we've known each other, I just wasn't like into playing basketball anymore. I was mainly playing disc golf and ultimate frisbee since
That's
you've
fair.
known me. So Aidan, I've known longer. So in high school, I played on the basketball team. So like he's seen and played basketball with me, but I just haven't known you as long, unfortunately. So,
Sad. Well,
but
oh well.
but we met when we met, and life's been good since. As
Yeah,
far
the-
as
I just
brands
remembered
go, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say.
No, after you.
My
Sorry.
favorite basketball. My favorite basketball memory of Troy is when we did intramural basketball, and we were like, I think we were down by 3 or something, and the time was like essentially completely out, and the guy was like counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or whatever, and Troy like just threw up a half court shot, but it was like while he was getting completely fouled because the person like wanted to intentionally foul him, and then the way the rules worked, we couldn't have won if he fouled us. So Troy threw just a half court shot while he was being completely held and freaking sank it and tied the game up, and we went to like overtime. It was insane.
Yeah.
I think
And then we won in
Dang.
overtime.
yeah, and then we lost.
No,
But,
we won that
hey.
game we won that game in overtime. I know for a fact we
Oh,
won that
okay.
game.
We won that game. All right. I
We
just
won that
remember
game.
everyone was like cheering, like
Yeah.
because there's like a ton of people watching because it was like we were the underdogs and we were playing against like upperclassmen.
Yeah.
So
That was it was really fun for sure.
yeah.
I was only allowed to play I think it was junior and senior year because no, my junior year. No, I was able to play senior year too. But if you're on if you're on the actual team, if you're playing the actual sport on a team, there you couldn't play the intramural. So like for football intramurals, like if you were on the football team in any capacity, you weren't able to play intramural flag football. If you're on the basketball team in any capacity, you weren't allowed to play intramural basketball. But so I couldn't play freshman and sophomore year, but for intramurals. But yeah, I remember that moment. that was really fun. That was a really dumb rule because essentially what happened was if you foul the other team, like,
Yeah.
and there was no limit to how many fouls you can have for yourself. Like you didn't foul out. But
Yeah.
if you got fouled, even if it wasn't a shooting foul, I think they just gave you like a point, and then it was the other team's ball.
Yeah.
So it made it so that it was very difficult to come back.
Yeah. Because they just intentionally foul you.
Yeah, like if the
So we
game's
should
only
have won
like
though in regulation because you got fouled while you were shooting. So it
yeah,
should
that
have
was
been
that was my
3-point.
argument when I'm like, well, I made the shot. Do I get like an and one? You know, like.
Yeah.
And they go,
They're
no.
like, no.
No.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bad rule.
bad rule.
Yes. Very bad rule.
Yeah. They screwed us over a couple times in the intramural
Yeah. In football, they
fields.
screwed us over.
Football was worse than that, but that's okay.
Yeah. They gave
They're,
like a whole extra
like,
possession to-
they're like, okay, there's only one more play left, and I scored on the kickoff, and
Yeah.
which we thought was the
And it was
only
tied.
way. So then it was tied, and they're like, okay, no, we're gonna give them another possession. Like what?
I was like, what?
It's like,
What?
huh? I thought that was the
You
last
can't
play.
win. Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sour about
I'm
it.
not still
Yeah.
salty about
I'm
it.
not still
I think
salty
in
about
my
it
dreams.
10 years later. But anyways, about brands, basketball brands. Spalding's probably the most popular, but my favorite is the Wilson.
Of course, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I like the Wilson indoor basketball. I just like the way it feels as like a shooter. It fits my hand well, and coming off the fingertips, it feels right. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. Like it has a good feel to it, and as a shooter, I like the touch it has. Whereas Spalding isn't as like shooter friendly in my opinion. So
Yeah.
well, that's that. I am going to put a basketball in my 4 slot, which is which president? Abe Lincoln?
That
I
is
forget.
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have like an indoor little practice gym that you can go to, that you can play basketball. And on the sides of the gym, there's gonna be those arcade shooting games, and also like carnival, the very extremely rigged like carnival shooting games.
Yes. I know
Where
what
you
you're
can
talking about.
you can win little tiny prizes that aren't worth the cost of admission, but it's okay. All right.
Awesome.
Well, we're 2 rounds in the books. We're gonna take a short break here, and we'll be right back.
Well done! Well done! Wilson! Wilson! I'm sorry! I'm sorry, Wilson! Wilson, I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Wilson! I can't! Wilson! Wilson!
All right, we're back from our break. We were talking about some fun stuff during the break. There was no ball talk during the break. We're saving the ball talk for
Yep.
the recording itself.
Yeah.
For you lovely people.
The recording and then the After Dark episode as well.
Yes, that is on the Patreon only edition,
Yeah.
where you can pledge $5 a month for crazy access.
For crazy amounts of balls. Lots of balls, you know.
Ooh,
For the mature only audience out there.
I'm subscribing now.
Sorry, actually, he said mature audience.
Oh, darn.
only.
And we're both kids at heart still, so
No.
too mature for us.
Yeah.
All right. Time for my 3rd pick. And this is kind of an oddball pick. This is one that isn't, to my knowledge, I don't think is going to be on your guys' radar. And you probably have never heard of this phrase before. And that's fine.
Okay.
And that is the ball known as the flat ball, aka a frisbee.
Oh.
Flat ball.
Flat ball.
Flat ball. No, you cannot rebuttal.
Can we
I am
veto?
picking flat ball. Look it up. Before
If you
a
can
frisbee
have
was called a
LCD
frisbee.
in your mix.
You know what? Fair. Look, all right. Actually, no. Okay, I've seen a flat ball.
Before frisbee got its name, it was called a flat ball. USA flat ball. What is a flat ball? Flat ball is a sport also known as ultimate frisbee or ultimate disc. Got it? Cool.
All right.
Oddly enough, there is on Netflix, there is a movie documentary called Flatball. And I met the guy that made that movie, which is really awesome.
Oh wow.
He played disc golf a lot at my favorite disc golf course, Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. And yeah, so I met him and he told me about it. And I actually still have not seen the documentary.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Fake fan, bandwagoner
Fake
fan.
fan. I know. But I mentioned how I played basketball for most of my childhood. Well, when I turned 18, 19, I kind of started playing Ultimate Frisbee. And then played that in college. Played that out of college. Played a lot of club. And really, really enjoyed that sport. And the atmosphere that surrounded it. And then when the pandemic hit, I'm like, oh no, like everyone else. And I started playing a lot of disc golf. And I've kind of slowly transitioned from ultimate frisbee to disc golf, but really they're all just flat balls. Plastic flat balls. I got a lot of plastic flat balls on my wall in my apartment. And
You do.
yeah, I do want to get a tattoo at some point that is just a circle, either a circle or just 175 G on my arm somewhere or something. Because that's like the typical weight of an ultimate frisbee or a flat ball of a
Gotcha.
disc, and is 175 grams. So I just want to get like a small little like 175 G somewhere. I've been wanting that. I've had that idea in my head for a long time. So I don't know if I want to have like a little circle around it or just straight, just like 175 G. Not sure.
Or a line.
Line?
Well, yeah.
Because it's a flat ball?
It's a flat ball. It's the side of a flat ball.
It's true. It's true. You might be onto something there, Dan. Well, Aiden, you have any thoughts? Because I don't want to hear Dan's.
I'm clearly opinionated on this topic.
It's a flat ball. I mean, yeah, I don't really have too much to say. I don't really play frisbee or disc golf that much, so. Or sorry, I don't play flat ball or disc flat ball. Flat ball golf. Sorry, that's what it's called.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, I don't really do either of those, so yeah, don't have too much to say, but it is fun, and I'm not surprised at all that it's on here. Well, I am surprised because I didn't know that was like what it was called, but I'm not surprised that you managed to find a way onto Rushmore, you know.
Yes. So for my Rushmore, I am going to have a flat ball. And it's going to have... who's on the... I'm like forgetting. It's so late. I'm forgetting the order of the presidents. So it goes George Washington...
Jefferson?
Thomas Jefferson. Is it
Teddy?
Is it Roosevelt and then okay. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a frisbee, an ultimate frisbee, 175 gram flat ball with Teddy Roosevelt's face on it. That's gonna be in the 3 slot. Obviously, it's my goofball pick. It's my odd pick. So
Nice.
that's my pick. Dan, do you have anything to say besides you don't like the pick?
No, I appreciate oddball picks, so I don't hate it.
As an oddball, you appreciate oddball picks.
I do.
Cool.
So I appreciate it.
Nice.
All right, Aiden, you can go.
All right. I will go. So for my third pick, because Dan has told me his strategy, I'm going to game the system a bit and take this pick now. Because I'm definitely worried it's not going to come back. And I feel like out of anyone's Rushmore, it should be on mine. Because I'm picking a volleyball as my third pick. And this is the sport that I played
Well
in
said.
high school enough. And yes, I have to put a
sport.
Wilson volleyball out there because
I'm sorry, Wilson.
Good sport.
Wilson's.
Whoa, was that Tom Hanks?
Good ball.
Did you guys
That was
just hear
Tom
Hanks in our chat? It's crazy.
I know, right? Crazy. But yeah, I mean, I played volleyball throughout high school. I went to Junior Olympics for volleyball twice.
Oh dang.
No big deal.
So, no big deal. We could have gone to the finals if I didn't choke. So I still live in that nightmare.
Haunts
And
him to this day.
yeah, well that was my one story was after I choked near the end. It wasn't like the final play, but it was like the second to last play. One of the dads of one of my friends in like the car, he was driving and I ended up going in the car first, and I was like in the car by myself when he was in the car, and he was like, "Why did you do that?" And definitely scarred me a
no.
little bit. So
Oh,
Damn.
oh buddy.
now I can laugh about it, but at the time, definitely, I was like, "What?" I was like shook from it. So, funny story, but yeah, definitely choked, but still was a sport I got to the highest level at. And yeah, I was a small kid in high school, so I was the libero. I don't know if you know what libero is, but
I do.
then I grew in high school,
do.
and I was like 5'10" senior year. I'm now like 5'11", but essentially I was the tallest libero in the league because everyone is like 5'6" or like 5. Like I think the tallest was like 5'8". So I was just like the tallest libero, and I was like trying to like always bend my knees down. So I thought that was funny, but yeah, I feel like I have to pick volleyball. Volleyball doesn't have a ton of like the ball itself doesn't have a ton of uses, but the one thing I do like to do with it is like you can bounce it on your fingers pretty easily, compared to like a basketball where you can do that, but it's a lot harder. So it's kind of just fun to like play with a volleyball in your hands while you're like waiting or something, almost like juggling it. But yeah, that's kind of it. Don't really have too much else to say besides that.
Would you say you
kinda-
like to juggle volleyballs?
Not juggle them, I would guess. I like to juggle a volleyball. Like,
Okay.
the thing, I would like bounce it on my knuckles in the air and kind of just like keep a rally going in the air. It's I don't know. It's like a stupid little game thing, but I saw like other people would do the same thing at like volleyball tournaments or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's kind of like soccer where you juggle, like a lot of soccer players juggle. It's kind of like that with volleyball, except I do it with my hands. So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I am very
But-
bad at volleyball. I'll just leave it at that. I was always very bad. Do you like beach or court better?
I hate sand so much, so I like court way better. And yeah, I mean, I can jump a lot higher. I'm not like super duper tall, so beach is a lot harder for me too, because I'm not like you're not able to jump as high on
Is
beach.
the net shorter in beach, or is it the same length, same height?
I think it's a little shorter, but I'm not positive. I think it's like half a foot. But I don't think it's as low as like at least in high school, the women's net is lower. It's like 7 feet compared to 8 feet for men.
Uh-huh.
And I think beach is like 7.5. I could be wrong on that. It could just be 8 feet, but I remember I thought it was like slightly shorter, but I don't remember. So,
Mm.
but yeah, Dan, did you ever do any volleyball stuff?
I played a lot of volleyball. So
Alright, cool.
So I played so because my school was so small, and we couldn't really ever fit it in our like sports schedule because we only had like it was a small district, so we didn't really have it. But we did a 1 month volleyball tournament. So basically all of the schools in our district did 1 month of 1 month of volleyball. So like basically for 2 weeks we were practicing, and then for a week we were traveling basically every other day to a school in our district to play them.
Mm-hmm.
And then one weekend we would have a tournament, and that was it. That was the entire season for volleyball. And that was a whole lot of fun. I got really into volleyball. I really liked it. I even did volleyball as an intramural before COVID hit.
Ah,
That was a lot of fun. I got to.
that sounds like fun.
It was a lot of fun. Also, fun fact: one thing that you can do with a volleyball that I don't know if you guys know about this, but I definitely do because of where I went to school. So do you guys know about the sport of?
You can cut a hole.
No. Did you guys know about this? Did you guys have a Quidditch team at your colleges?
No.
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 Okay. So when you play the sport, the physical sport,
Yeah.
the quaffle, which is the ball you're trying to score through the hoops, is just the deflated volleyball.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
That's what they use. That is the standard ball use for the sport because they found that it is the easiest to throw, catch, and just generally use.
Interesting.
Because they have tried like the stereotypical quaffle from Harry Potter. Sorry, spoilers for any of your other picks.
What?
Because it's technically a ball.
Sure.
But
True.
yeah, they tried something like that and it didn't work before, and they just kind of found that a deflated volleyball just kind of does the trick.
Interesting.
Fun.
I didn't think it had any use outside of volleyball.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Nice.
shout out Dark Marks.
All right.
What
well,
you doing
I
for your
guess
Rushmore?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in my 4 slot because I got a thing that I'm planning, so hopefully I get that pick. I might move stuff around if I don't get it, but in my 4 slot, I'm gonna have the volleyball, and it's gonna be a Wilson volleyball. So on the left, on my first 2 picks, I'm gonna have the Franklin stuff, and then on the right, I'm gonna have the Wilson. So it'll be a volleyball, and then it'll be volleyball courts. So I'll have the normal courts with the wood floors, and then also the beach volleyball if anyone wants to do that. But hopefully most people are doing the courts because it is not sand. But yeah, that is my 3rd pick. I guess we have Dan's final 2 picks. So what do you have for us?
Are you guys ready for the
No,
nonsense?
I'm not.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Okay. So, my first pick, or my third
Your
pick,
3rd pick?
my 3rd pick will be the trackball.
What?
The
It-
trackball?
So
what's a trackball?
imagine you're using your computer back in the 90s,
Oh,
and it's the ball. It was the ball
Oh
inside
my
of your
God.
mouse, but is now trackball mice are the ones where you use like the giant red ball or the giant ball on your mouse, and you just move the ball on the mouse
Yeah.
to
yeah,
move the
but
mouse
they
around.
still have it on some laptops.
Yeah. But yeah,
They usually have the trackpad now, but yeah, the trackball. I remember that.
Drag ball.
trackball.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I lost the trackball so many times
How?
because I would take it out because I would be like, because look, you're a kid in the early 2000s, you have dial-up internet, you're waiting for your stupid flash games to load on the internet, and they take like 30 minutes to load. So as a kid, you just start taking apart the mouse. And then you realize that it's a rubber ball that you can bounce. That's basically a bouncy ball.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
man.
It
And your
sounds
fourth
like
pick.
Wow, nothing else.
No,
Wow.
I didn't really use these as I
I
used
didn't-
the little
I didn't use
rubber
these ever.
ones that were like above the trackpad,
hmm
but I never really used it because the trackpad was just better by the time that I used it. So yeah, I didn't really use
I
these.
feel like this same technology was in some games at like arcades.
Yeah, that you can probably translate that over.
Yeah. Maybe
The
like a
one-
little bit bigger of a I know like the golf there's like the golf game.
Yeah.
So like that same technology, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one time I did use this, and like I know that people still use it, where it's like what you're supposed to do is for color correction. I took a color correction class in film school, and they have like 3 trackballs that like you move. Like one is for the midtones, one for the darks, one's for the lights. So it's like you're adjusting them, the color. Like if you get really good at it, you can adjust the color like a lot quicker. And yeah, it's kind of interesting because you get really technical, and the people, like the best people in the industry, I think still use them. So I thought I could see you still using it for that, but I'm assuming that's not what you use them for, or if you even still use them.
No, I still have a trackball mouse that I occasionally bring out at work when I'm feeling nostalgic.
Do you have a particular brand of choice?
Right now it's Logitech because it's the only one that I have.
Okay.
So they do make a ball mouse still. But
And what sport is this? I thought
No, he had 2 different themes.
I have two
His
different.
first theme
themes. Oh,
his first theme was
okay.
sports, and now his second
it's set.
theme is probably like gaming or something. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not
so I
sure.
might have messed this up. Okay, well we'll see.
Yeah.
I might.
I'm not doing all sports.
I know.
So
Oops. Well, I could be screwed over then.
oh man.
We'll see.
I don't know if he picks something like trackball again that I'd never even imagined to be like in
Fair.
anyone's Rushmore.
Like I said, I'm going out there on some of these balls, man.
All right.
Because
All right, I appreciate
I have an honorable mention that I do not. You guys definitely do not have on your list, and I think it is funny.
Okay.
Cool.
So-
well, what you want to do with your Rushmore, if you know yet?
I don't know yet.
All right, time for your 4th pick.
My 4th pick is also very out there, but it is still a ball.
What's the theme between these two?
Technically, both of these things are used in computers.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, what?
Technically, is not the word that you like to hear from Dan when describing his picks.
Well, I mean, this one
technically,
is
it's a liquid.
I mean, this one is used in computers, but like the trackball, not so much anymore. They still make them, but hey,
I mean, technically, the Browns logo is a logo.
it is a logo. The Keebler Elf is a logo. It's a great logo. But my final pick is the ball bearing.
What?
Oh, okay.
Like you guys know what it is.
Metal ball.
It's the little metal balls in the
Okay.
little on the disc track thing. Yeah,
Oh my god!
I'm going with that
Okay.
because it is so incredibly useful, Troy.
For Dan's 4th pick, he's going to go with the little ball that hangs down from the lamp.
The ball chain.
God.
He was not prepared for this level of stupidity. No. Ball bearings are used in a lot of cool things. A lot of cool things. More specifically on my theme. They're used to computer fans.
I'm just glad that I got all 4 picks that I wanted now, so I'm happy. Thank you for these.
No problem.
We started out good. It was, again, the 3rd and 4th picks, you know.
That really drew it down. No, I wanted to have fun with it because I figured that you guys were going to go with more sports balls.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take my sports balls, but then also put in my spin on it because
your last Rushmore was good, so you had to
I had to really
go
ruin
back
it.
to a normal Dan Rushmore with your.
I mean, what's wrong with it? Hey, this is it's technically a ball. It is actually
It's technically a ball.
No, it is 100% a ball. It's also
It's just
lots
a very
of balls.
engineer answer.
It is. Yes, it is. But again, they're very useful. These things are very, very useful. They're used in a lot of different things, and they help move humanity forward or something.
Or something. All right.
Troy, do you have anything?
I'm dying. I have nothing to add.
I don't have anything to add either.
I think we're gonna have to take another break really quick.
I broke Troy.
You broke Troy.
He was not prepared for the ball bearing.
Do you know what you're going to do with your Rushmore?
I do. Okay, so I'm going to have a good old George Washington, holding a football, about to throw it. I'm going to have Abe Lincoln on the other side, swinging a golf club, and the ball is just flying over the top of everybody. Then I got Teddy Roosevelt just holding up a computer mouse. And then I have Thomas Jefferson. It's not Andrew Jackson.
It is not Andrew Jackson, that's for sure.
Nope.
I'm gonna have Thomas
That's
Jefferson.
definitely for sure.
I'm gonna have Thomas Jefferson falling down because he tripped on a bunch of ball bearings.
Okay. Well, for my pick, I just want to paint a picture. So, you're on my Rushmore.
Okay, I'm
You
imagining.
just played some tennis.
Okay.
You played some ping pong.
Ooh. Okay.
You played some volleyball.
Mhm.
You're tired.
Yep.
You listened to Dan last 2 Rushmore picks. Now you're stressed. What do you need? You need a stress ball.
I thought you were going to say something completely different. Like you're going to set it up for stress ball, and then it was going to be, you need a soccer ball.
You need a shotgun.
Gonna need some birdshot, which is again, you can't take birdshot because those are ball bearings.
You need a shotgun because the balls, the buckshot in shotguns. No, it's stress ball. I have a really good stress ball right now, so this is one that I wanted to have on my list. But I've had stress balls in the past. They're fun if you get a good one. They're just kind of fun randomly, just like a thing to do, like instead of, I don't know, like a tick to do instead of like picking your nails or biting your nails or something, you know. You can also like toss them up in the air sometimes, just like random stuff like that. And yeah, I'll talk about this stress ball because it's the one I'm using now, but it's really cool. It's a snow stress ball. So on the inside, it's snow, and it's like kind of see-through. So you can see the snow if you like squeeze it. And then if you squeeze it in a certain way, like the snow hardens and creates like a snow ball kind of. So if you like squeeze it like really hard, it like crunches. So it's crunchy but also super soft. So it's just super satisfying. But yeah, I guess what's the best stress ball you've ever had?
So I have a like a stress puck. It's not really it's not really a ball, but it's in the shape of a puck, like a hockey puck. Mm-hmm. And it's blue, and I like it. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't really use stress balls, but I do have one because Willow has it.
The man's never
it's-
stressed.
It's similar. Joke's on you. I'm always stressed. But there's
He is
a
stressed.
He is a stress ball.
I am just the stress. Just the physical embodiment of stress. No, so Willow has a stress puck similar to what you were talking about, Troy,
Yeah.
but it's in the shape of one of the Amazon robots that like move packages around in the warehouse. You guys know what those
Interesting.
look like?
No, I don't.
But yeah, it's one of those. So it's just like this really tiny puck like stress ball, and it's really cute.
Cool.
I don't use it, but it's cute.
I like the pick. It's a good one. It's a unique.
Do you like it more or less than ball bearings?
That was one of the that made my day. That made my week. That pick.
That was a classic Dan pick, and
I
I'm
haven't had a
happy
good
he-
laugh like that
But
in a long.
But it was a
long
good.
time.
It was a good pick though.
It made me
It was a
cry.
good
I was
Dan
laughing
pick.
so hard. It was a good Dan pick for sure.
But yeah, I guess on my Rushmore, I'm gonna have a stress ball. Specifically the snow one that I have right now, and then the interactive part. It will be a stress ball area, so there will be a ton of stress balls. There will even be like a ball pit where it's stress
Hey.
balls in the ball pit.
We're talking about picks right now.
Okay, but it's stress balls. It's not the type
A
of ball
stress
that
ball
it's like
pit?
yeah, it's a stress ball pit. And you have like stress ball bean bags.
That would make me so
And-
stressed to get out of one of those, like a stress
Getting
ball.
out of a
pit.
stress ball
You don't have to
pit.
do that part. You can. That's like only one area. You can just go into stress balls, or you can not go there and you can just keep playing the sports. But this is like a cool down area. So we got like nice, relaxing lemonade. You got ice cream. You got like just a relaxing snack area where you can relax, eat your snacks, squeeze your stress balls, and then get back into the game.
Hey,
So, yeah.
This popped in my head about ball pits. There was this one episode of Fear the Walking Dead where I forget which character it was. I don't think it was a very like relevant character. I think it was like someone that like definitely was only in for maybe an episode or two and then died. But
Yeah.
they went to some kind of like fast food place, and there was like a gymnasium ball pit type area inside, and for whatever reason they were like hiding from people. They went into the ball
Yeah.
pit to hide from people, and then all of a sudden like a zombie was like in the ball pit with them. So now like that's what I think of whenever I see like a ball pit, is like, oh no, there might be like a zombie in there, or like
Oh no.
or like a diaper or yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Cool. I like the pick. Time for my final pick. And
Yeah, let's go.
the two ones that I wanted are still on my list here, and it's like it's tough.
You can only take one.
I'm having a hard time like trying to decide which one to go with.
I'd be surprised if you didn't take one that I'm
Okay.
thinking of.
Well, I'm gonna go with a bowling ball then
I knew it. That's what I
There
expected.
we go.
as my final pick.
I was waiting for it.
Shocked. I am shocked.
So bowling ball. I have always enjoyed bowling. I got my first bowling ball in high school, which was like a 12-pound ball, and had that one for a long time. Eventually, when I joined a league, I was in a league for about like 5 or 6 years, 5 or 6 seasons, and that was some extremely enjoyable times. I always looked forward to go to league on Wednesday nights. Had some really good teammates, really, really, really fun. just like a part of my week I always like look forward to. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, bowling balls. So a lot of people don't know there's actually a weight limit to bowling balls. The most weight you can have on a bowling ball is 16 pounds. So
Oh, I
most
didn't know that.
most pros will use either 15 or 16 pounds. And you wouldn't think like, oh, like one more pound isn't really gonna do too much, but I mean, it really like your accuracy diminishes, and your speed diminishes. Kind of, you have to find like the
Mm-hmm.
right weight for you. I use a 14-pound ball. I've never tried a
I'm
15
not surprised.
before, so I kind of like would like to, but we'll see. I'm not sure. I
But
didn't
14, you
bring.
gotta stick with 14.
Yeah, I gotta stick with 14. But I didn't bring my bowling ball was kind of like very dinged up, so I didn't bring it with me with in my move, and I haven't found like a bowling league yet that I want to join, but
Mm-hmm.
that is definitely on my to-do list is to join, to find a league, join a league, and play again, because that was something I really enjoyed doing. So it's a good way to meet people too, and
Yeah.
yeah. So that is a bowling ball. You guys have anything to add?
You were always the best bowler, so you always definitely you did it more than us, but or more than me and the friend group and our other friends. But I just have a lot of fond memories of us bowling, and I know what was your highest score? Was it 212? Is that your highest, or was it higher?
My highest now, or back in
Yeah, I guess now what's your highest?
my highest game I've ever had was a 257.
Jesus.
I've
Yeah,
had
so he's
I've
really
had
good.
that twice. I've gone over 250, I think. It's like 7 or 8 times. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Here I am struggling to even get to like 100.
Yeah, I think my highest is
Before
like 140, 150 maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, before COVID, my average was at 192, and then it kind of went down a little bit because I wasn't practicing all the time, and
Yeah.
I didn't take it as seriously. Like, I mean, I never really took it like super super serious. It was just kind of like a fun thing to do. But I was, before COVID, for like 3 straight years, I was not only in the league, but I was practicing once or twice a week. So I was bowling like
Mm,
3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Um, and then
gotcha.
after COVID, I decided like, okay, I'm just really only gonna do the league once a week. So really, I was only bowling 3 hours a week, it's just like 3 games a week. So my average wasn't like as good, but I was still like in the 180s. So, and it was just, I was,
Mm,
it was fun, having a good time.
yeah.
My favorite brand is Storm. There's a lot of different brands for bowling, for
Sure.
different bowling balls, but I like the Storm brand. Um,
Okay.
and I used the Tropical Surge was the bowling ball that I had.
Dude, that's my
So
favorite flavor bowling ball.
Yeah, it sounds like gum.
yeah. So I'm gonna have that on my Rushmore, and that will be in the 2 slot.
Was that the your first bowling ball, the one that was like
Red.
red or
Yeah, that was
red
my
and
first one.
black?
I've only ever owned technically 3, but I only ever used 2. I
Gotcha.
so for bowling, uh, you can get a plastic ball, they're called, and those don't curve as much, like basically at all. They don't have like a weight block in them, and
Uh,
the whole reason people use those is to try to get the 10 pin, which is the furthest to the right for righties. Um,
oh,
because for a righty, your ball like naturally is going to curve to the left when you throw it.
yeah.
So if you get a plastic ball and there's no curve, you can just kind of line it up and just throw straight, and hit the 10 pin with more accuracy than you're able to with a regular bowling ball. I'm not actually sure what they're made out of, but they're not. It's not plastic. It's like something else. So yeah, but I never actually used that plastic ball. I got it, but I never drilled it. Never used it. I'm not really sure why, but whatever. So that's bowling for you. That's going in my 2 slot, as I said. And my interactive portion to this one is I'm going to have a bowling alley. Pretty small one. It'll probably just be like maybe 2 lanes. Like a 2-lane little place. You can have like tournaments there. Yeah. So that is bowling ball. All right. Well, that's my Rushmore. Let's go. We'll start with Dan and go reverse order as far as summing up all of our Rushmores. So Dan,
Yeah.
What's your Rushmore?
My Rushmore, starting at George Washington. He is holding a football. He's about to throw it towards the rest of the group. Then we got Thomas Jefferson, not Andrew Jackson, just falling over on a bunch of ball bearings. Then we got Teddy Roosevelt, just like holding a computer mouse above his head, like praising the computer mouse. And then we got Abe Lincoln swinging a golf club, and a golf ball is just flying over the top of everybody.
Awesome.
Great Rushmore.
I guess I'll do
Aidan,
mine.
What's your Rushmore?
What's your Rushmore?
In my 1 slot, I have the Franklin tennis ball. And my interactive part is that it's tennis courts and you can play tennis. And in my 2 slot, I have the Franklin ping pong balls, which are going to have ping pong tables in a big warehouse. And also you'll have the other tables that you can play other games with ping pong balls. In my 3 slot, I have the stress ball, the snow stress ball. And then I have the stress ball pit, and then a bunch of other stress balls. And then also a place where you can get refreshments. And then in my 4 slot, I have the Wilson volleyball, where you can go and play beach or court volleyball.
Can't forget about the pro shop. Gotta have the pro shop on there.
Yep, and you have the pro shop in between the tennis and the ping pong court areas.
You get some rackets.
Yeah, get your rackets.
Paddles, all that stuff.
Paddles, all that stuff.
Headbands. Need the headbands.
Headbands, knee pads, all that stuff.
All that good jazz.
Yep. All right. And what's your Rushmore, Troy?
Oh, thanks for asking. In my 1 slot, I have Pokeball. It's going to be just a regular Pokeball up there. There's going to be a Safari Zone where you're given 30 Safari balls, and you can go in and try to catch as many Pokemon as you want. And in my 2 slot, got basketball. There's going to be you can play some basketball. There's going to be a court there, but just got the regular Wilson basketball or whatever it's called. Was it Wilson? Is that the brand that I?
Not Spalding.
Not Spalding. Is it Wilson?
It is.
Am I going crazy? Yeah. Okay, good. In the 3 slot, we got my favorite pick, the flat ball. Got a frisbee, 175-gram frisbee with Teddy Roosevelt's face on it. And that's going to be in the 3 slot. And then in the 4 slot, finally, we have bowling ball. Got a Storm Tropical Surge bowling ball up there. And there's going to be a bowling alley that you can do some bowling, hit some pins down.
Nice.
But there's not going to be any 10 pins. No 10 pins in the bowl. The 10 pin falls down every time. And that's my Rushmore.
All right.
We would love to hear your Rushmore. But before we do that, let's do some honorable mentions.
Awesome. I only have 2, but does anyone have
I have a
less than
lot.
that?
I have a
Okay.
lot.
I have 6.
Okay, Aiden, you
Okay,
go
I
first.
guess I'll do mine first. So I just had exercise ball on here. 'Cause,
Okay.
I thought that was a unique one.
That's a good
And
one.
Yeah,
I had
that is a
some
good one.
fond memories where me and my sister, we had a trampoline when we were kids, and we would like have exercise balls and like run into each other,
This
and
just
like
sounds unhinged.
Yeah.
and we would like jump and bounce into each other with the exercise balls and then bounce back onto the trampoline, and it was a lot of fun. And we were like obsessed with SpongeBob at the time, so we'd call it the Patrick Belly Bounce. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, fond memories. And then the other one was bouncy balls, which
Yeah.
I talked about a lot. I also had a fond memory with my sister about those, and talked about that in the quarter machines episode. So if you
Sure
want
did.
to, yeah, go listen to that episode if you want the story, because I'm not going to tell it here.
That was a
Keep
great.
you in suspense.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
It was.
That was on my list. Of honorable mentions.
Nice.
I guess I'll go.
Yeah, you can go next.
So 4-star Dragon Ball. I have Dragon Balls on my list. That was
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
that was rivaling my final pick. I was like, do I go bowling ball or 4-star Dragon Ball? But yeah, that's from Dragon Ball Z, obviously. Goku had the 4-star Dragon Ball. That was his grandpa's Dragon Ball. So the 4 stars is kind of more meaningful than the other 7. Other 6, I guess. There's 7 total. 8 Ball, not only in playing pool, but also like Magic 8 Ball. Dodgeball wasn't mentioned. So like the dodgeball balls, like the rubber dodgeball balls. You can also do like
Yeah.
kickball with. We didn't talk about baseball. That's kind of an obvious one. Softball, baseball, soccer, just those sports in general. And then the last one that I have is snowballs.
All right, that's a cute one.
I like the snowballs. And I might have picked that if I thought of it. So good pick.
No,
good
my
mention.
my
Good
brain
honorable
was not
mention.
at that point.
Yeah, which is funny because I had the snow stress ball, but I didn't connect the dots and put snowball.
Yeah.
I thought about that during the Bills game. Actually, I jotted that
Oh
down.
yeah, all the snowballs they were throwing.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I just grew up in the snow so much that snowballs are just, just never cross my mind anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for my honorable mentions, so I put marbles on there just because
Yeah.
marbles are neat.
Yeah.
Like I like the marble race resurgence that we're in. Also like the marble those like marble Olympics some people do on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of fun. And then these are like kind of one and the same but different paintballs and Orbeez.
Ooh. Paintball, yeah.
So the reason why I'm kind of like lumping them together is because now Orbeez are being used in like Nerf like games. So where like Nerf you would use the foam darts or foam balls. They're starting to replace a lot of the blasters that they use with Orbeez, which I think is really cool. And then also paintball is just a really fun sport. Same thing with airsoft, all in the same vein.
Yeah.
Mm.
One I just thought of because I have it in my apartment is the binho, little tiny binho balls.
Oh yeah, that's a marble.
It is pretty much a marble. When you said marble, it made me think of the little binho.
Binho.
ball. Yeah.
So that yeah, and then for my last 2, they're kind of one in the, like another grouping that I had that I thought was funny, and I didn't know where I wanted to go with it. But one of them was just like the planets, so planet Earth,
Yeah.
the sun, because it's just one big ball that we're standing
Wait,
on.
I thought the Earth was flat though.
It's actually a donut.
It's actually a flat ball.
It's
The
a
Earth
flat
is
ball.
flat
Yeah.
ball. Oh darn. And then I had eyes. eyeballs.
I forgot to mention
they're-
ball sack.
Look, we were avoiding it, man. Like,
Yeah, I was expecting someone to do it. If Paper was here, maybe he would have done it. Who knows?
First pick.
who had truck nuts on their
Truck nuts.
Well, this has been a blast. It is currently 3:20 a.m.
Yeah, go to bed.
So I work in 11 hours, which is actually not too bad. I have a lot of...
I guess that's not terrible, but still.
Oh, I get to sleep in until like noon, 1 o'clock. Then probably go to the gym and then eat something and go to work. But it has been a blast.
Yeah, and I guess there's only one more question then.
Oh, what's that?
What's your Rushmore?
Eek.
This is why I don't do ASMR.
My Rushmore definitely doesn't contain ball bearings, I'll tell you that.
Are you sure about that?
I am positive.
I'm glad I could give you a giggle on that one.
More than a giggle for sure. Fine.
Boys are back on balls.